What's up? Let's do some unboxing today. I'm excited about that. Woo! Here's the gem. So, if you guys watch my videos, I've done 2 or 3 videos on the speaker headliner install. I have a used one which I plan on either selling or giving away, but along with that I put better speakers in there than what came from the factory that makes them. So then along the way I thought, well, I really don't listen to music all that much, but it would be cool to have like a Bluetooth sort of setup radio for when I want to listen to music and everything, but I also want it to look original. So I'm going to do an install on this Motor 2 RetroSound. And I'm going to open it up. It has 3. It has a bag of stuff, which is kind of cool. Whatever this is, a box, and then another box. So I wonder if it's like a 3-piece unit. That's interesting. Oh yeah, stickers. Wow, they hooked me up. Sweet. I need to start like putting the sticker wall together or something. All the junk I buy. Okay, so let's do big box. Some kind of mounting brackets. Who reads the directions? Am I right? Just kidding, I'm going to read the directions. Okay. So there's some kind of module. Oh wow. This is cool. So you got your RCA hookups. Looks like some kind of auxiliary jack, or that's for the antenna. Huh. Maybe for another auxiliary jack. Man, there's tons. I got tons of auxiliaries, so that's cool. And this, I assume, connects with the radio somehow. I wonder where I'm going to mount that. Some of you guys might know, this looks like an Ethernet somewhat type of port phone. I'll find out, I guess. That's cool. Looks like I got some adapters here. Yep. Wow. Obviously black and yellow. Ran with a fuse. Wow, this is some retro radio, heck yeah. Some more mounting brackets. Cool. Man, this is so high tech for my truck. I don't know what to do with this. So, looks like I can, it's a mic. Looks like I can make calls in my truck. Which, probably until I get an AC in it, those windows are going to be down. So, may or may not use that. Interesting. Cool. Some kind of more mounting hardware. It looks like a couple other, I don't know what that would be for. Some power inputs for something, maybe a couple different options that they brought me, I assume. I don't know. It's going to be fun to install. Alright. Box number 2. I've yet to see the actual radio. Oh, spoke too soon. Ah, okay. Well. Oh, whoa, what? That's crazy. So I mentioned the phone. So it looks like I control the knobs. You guys see that? Looks like I control the knobs via phone cord. That's interesting. Some of you guys, real techie guys, probably know more about this than I do. That's cool. Huh. Mounting hardware. Ooh, it's shiny. It's not real chrome, but it's plastic. Sure looks good though, doesn't it? So this right here obviously goes in the center. I'll pop a picture up. You guys probably already know, but radio bezel. So these would go on each side. That's cool. So it's digital, and I believe, you'll probably eat my words on this one, but it's green, which is similar to what it looks like the stock radio I have in there. I don't know if it's stock to my truck or stock to my Era, but I believe I have an option for that, which is pretty cool. We'll see if I'm wrong again. Wow, this is cool. Holy cow. Let's get this installed. Also, I'd like to make a shout out to Dirty Trucker 08. He got me this. Check out his channel. Alright guys, I'm about to take out this radio. It's a Philco. For some of you gurus, you guys might know what that's supposed to go in or whatever. I got this radio, didn't care if it worked, off of another guy, found the bezel somewhere else. The previous owner hacked off the brackets and drilled some holes here to fit some other radio that I took out a long time ago. So all of this might be a lot different from other videos, but I feel like with this setup, meaning like your brackets are cut, you're going to get that a lot when you own these classics. So I'm kind of hoping that I'll find some tricks and trades along the way. The RetroSound radio looks like it's set up for full adjustable, which means I may not even need those brackets, which is kind of cool. I'm kind of hoping that works out in here. So yeah, let's get this radio out. And for those of you guys that are watching this as a how-to, you know, Phillips head screws, there's two up here, and then at least one of these knobs, again, I don't know if these are original, but one of these knobs is going to require a hex tool to take out of a little screw on the side there. So let's get started. You guys can see in there's the third bracket. I'll take a photo and put it up. It's what holds onto the back here, that screw. I loosely set it in there, and then you go through your cigarette tray to tighten the back. But normally there are two brackets right here that would wrap in between these bolts right here, and then you would be mounted at a 3-point here. For those of you guys wondering about the radio, it's got the old school hookup in regards to the way this connector is. I forget what that's called. And then I rigged There's some more connector up here, and I believe it's for the light, which I wanted to work, so I wanted to get that to work. So again, I don't know if this brand, oh, it is Ford. Cool. Yeah, here it says Felco, so I don't know. The ones I've seen say Ford here usually, but this must have been an aftermarket maybe or something. A dealer model, I don't know. Cool. Okay, I'm going to show you the differences between the RetroSound Motor 2, Bluetooth options, and all the fanciness of the new stereo systems here that they have for our trucks. And then I'm going to show you the old one here. As you can imagine, the depth is different, and there is a bracket behind the dash where this bolt, basically hook the bolt onto it and then tighten it down. They do have an option for that, but I'm pretty sure that the hardware come with it. But that's one way to mount it. In my situation, the previous owner cut out the brackets, like I said. So I'm really glad that this company comes with these adjustable brackets and how each of the knobs are independent. There is one thing I'm going to say, which is kind of cool, is that when you have your bezel that usually comes in these trucks, and I think there's bezels come in all types of Fords and so on and so forth. You know, it's still like kind of loosey-goosey, but it fills in that rectangle pretty good, fills in the gap. On this one, which I'll just have to mock it up there for you, there's actually quite a large area. But what's cool is that it comes with this. And as you can imagine, you place it on there and it fills in the gap real nice. Probably my only personal, I don't want to say complaint, but I wish it was, is I wish it was chrome like this. Maybe for people that have a blacked out truck or don't have the chrome bezel, it may not be an issue, but it would have been nice if this, which fits on like this, was chrome, but it is what it is. So far this is a really nice unit, but I just wanted to compare the differences between old to new. Just a quick look on how the plastic adapter fits inside the bezel, but more so what I want to show you right now is in which direction, I guess, to mount these. If you notice, they hit on the 67 to 72 bezels. This is what I would call the Ranger bezel because of the chrome, but it hits. Doesn't seem too bad, it seems still functional, but that's just a sort of a side note real quick to how you mount these, because one way when I installed them, they were hitting pretty hard, and then I kind of switched them around, and now they're working fine. But that's just a tip when installing your own radio. So I'll show you how I wired it here. These two are power, this one's constant, and this one is ignition. I ran out of, I like using connectors, and I ran out of connectors with sheaths, so I'm going old school with the tape. And then right here is the little labels that are attached to some of the wires to guide you on which wires are what for directions. These right here, they have two different connections. They have two different plugs. One of them is for speakers, which I rigged up right here. And then obviously the black is ground. And then these two blue ones right here are, this one is for, you know, contacting for amp turn on and communication output. And this one right here is for like an antenna. There you go. Got it all set up. I'll talk about the back of it too. You've got auxiliary for jack, like a phone. You got two of those. So you got auxiliary 1 and 2, which is awesome. Right here is for your antenna. These two sets right here are for amp. This is what you would run these RCA cables to your amp, which I might need, I don't know. And then this one is for your mic, so you can run phone calls through Bluetooth. So now would be the time to connect your auxiliary before you install it. So obviously this would be for connecting to your phone or someone else's phone to listen to music and so on. I'm doing nothing with the USB or the auxiliary 2. Right here I'm going to be connecting the mic, which I don't think I'll be using, but hey, never say never. Last but not least, your antenna. Pretty cool. Time to install. You guys can see right here, this will go on that bracket I mentioned earlier. I'll be honest, my OCD is kicking in here because all that wiring's so messy, but I'm just doing this for installation purposes. Boy, that looks good. 2 screws for the bezel. Alright, it's installed. Yep, next I'm going to be hooking up the speakers with the wires that I ran behind my dash here for the speakers above my head. Alrighty guys, let's see what kind of sound she pumps out. Turn on the key, then RetroSound pops up. Bluetooth connects. I've obviously already connected to this and heard it, but hey. Alright, let's find something that I know isn't copyrighted. Well, obviously, you know, I have really small speakers, 4x4, so there isn't much bass. I haven't adjusted anything yet, but pretty decent sound. I'm glad I upgraded the speakers, but I think that I might have to do an amp so that I can get a little bit better quality sound out of it. Yep, maybe an amp will make the sound a little more quality. I've mentioned this 7 times now, but music isn't something that I have to have in my Classic anyway, so because I enjoy listening to the exhaust. But it's nice that I have it here for the long trips. I would go through all the settings and everything, but I assume each one's a little bit different depending on what make and model you have. Honestly, a 9 out of 10, probably a 10 to be honest with you. I do wish the amp was a little bigger. Other than that, I have absolutely no complaints about this setup. From RetroSound online, that is retromanufacturing.com, and they have all types of stuff. You can actually find this on Autocrafters. They also have other options, a little less, maybe like, you know, fancy options, and then of course more than this. I believe this might have been the top model, but you can get on there, and if you spend over $100, which you will on this unit, you can save up to 10% using the promo code AKF100World. This is, I recommend this. A lot of people are really interested in music while they drive in their Classic, so this is definitely a good company to go through here. Haven't had any issues with it, haven't had to contact customer service. She did exactly what she was supposed to do. Plug in and play, so I'm happy about it. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hit that thumbs up button, hit notifications, and of course subscribe. I appreciate you guys watching these videos. Peace.